All right, welcome back to Something Like a Podcast. This is episode 8, and I am here with
Aaron Swarm,
and I am the 1RM. We're going to start this off, and we just had a conversation off the air, but we're going to bring it to this show. Today, we had an employee, someone that Aaron has worked with more closely than I have, and I guess I'm just going to let you go on it. I'm going to just touch on it lightly and just let you go. This person has been with the company for 15 years in total, 5 years at this location. The person didn't feel, this is just my perspective, Aaron can fill me in if I'm wrong. The person didn't feel probably appreciated, went outside of this company to seek a better life, and the company pretty much did them dirty and let them go. So, Aaron, how do you feel about this situation?
I'm disgusted.
Right.
I'm pissed. Mm-hmm. I'm mad. Mm-hmm. She was great. Mm-hmm. She worked her ass off.
Right.
Did everything by the book. I got respect for that. And what's going on as a whole is really upsetting, just because of we cannot do this inside. This ain't a playground. You can't. Mm-hmm. This is all the big leagues here.
Okay.
Okay. You know, it's about the customer.
Right.
It's about the consumer. And what gets me is she works her ass off, just like myself and you included, mm-hmm. and other people that works with us.
Yeah.
It's just heartfelt and frustrating that you can't trust nobody.
You can't trust anybody. So
not even your own company.
Not even the people who are supposed to be the leaders.
Exactly.
And they're supposed to lead by example, but
they don't.
They don't lead by example whatsoever.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, we all have got away with some things at work just because of it is what it is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, it's gone overboard now. It has to be stopped. Somebody has to come in here and stop something, because, you know, we had that situation. I know everybody knows about, you know, what we talked about in the past episodes.
Yeah.
With that situation, that it's being swept underneath the rug. They're not doing anything about that. But then then this happens, and you stick it to this person just because of it's coming of interest. But at the same time, that person wasn't in that working in that position yet. They still put 2 weeks in.
So, for people who don't understand it, and we're talking really specific because it's a place that we both work, but to put it on a broad scale, if you're working at a company and you have someone who steals from the job.
Exactly.
And they don't get terminated.
They're still there.
They're still there after they stole from the company. But then you have another person who's given their blood, sweat, and tears to this company.
Working their asses off.
And they go outside because they don't feel appreciated. So they go outside to another company to get what they feel they deserve. But then they try to do the right thing by giving 2 weeks notice to this place that they've given.
And they get walked out.
And they get walked out like they're a criminal.
Exactly.
And they've been with this place for 15 years.
As a whole.
Bent over backwards.
Does everything that the management asks them to do.
Exactly. And then they treat them like they're nothing. They're like garbage. They treat them like nothing.
I'm so pissed off. Right. I'm so frustrated.
And it's understandable because it could be any of us. Like you just said,
There's
anybody.
No loyalty here. All it is favoritism.
It is. Now, you just mentioned something about the hierarchy. So if you're, and I've seen
You're lucky I'm not in charge, because I'm telling you, everybody in management would be out the door right now.
But Aaron, I'm going to say this. I think there's 2 levels to a company, right? You have the ground level, like us.
Yes.
We're the
peons.
We're the grunt work.
Yeah.
Then you have the people who are in the offices.
That's supposed to give you respect, because if you're giving them respect, you're working your asses off for them. Where I could come in there and say, hey, I'm not doing this. I am not doing that. Why should I do that? Why should I back a management team that just sucks ass? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't give a shit right now. I'm letting everything out just because of they suck ass. Mm-hmm. They do suck ass. Because how do you do that to somebody, especially when all they want to do is go up the ladder and they have every potential to go up the ladder, but then you want to promote people that are lazy as shit.
Right.
Like that they can just sit around, supposed to be the example, and do nothing. But when you don't do something, or if you're not doing your job, they come to you, but they don't come to nobody else.
Right. I mean, I couldn't have said it any better. You're coming to this person because you know they have value. But at the end of the day, when it's time,
it should be about hard working. It should be about what you give to the company. It should be about that you working your butt off. You don't give the management team a bunch of shit.
Right.
You do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You do what you're told, even though that you are a boss yourself, but you're the boss of the associates below. You're the leader for the ground associates, but then you're the management above, which is the boss of you and the boss of people down below. So she worked her behind off. Did what she was supposed to do. She was being profitable in her position.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the department she was in.
Right.
And they still got rid of her. I'm being honest with you. I don't care who hears this. I lost all respect for that management team in that workplace.
Right.
Okay? I will respect them as I'm at work, but deep down, I'm done with all of them.
I understand your frustration. There's a lot of passion here, but you got to understand this is coming from a person who gives his all. So when he sees something like this, then you lose faith. Like you just said, you lose faith in.
How can I trust him?
Exactly.
How can I trust him anymore?
Right.
Now I gotta watch my back before I get a sword into my back.
But you made a good point off the air. I think that when you do certain moves, you have to keep your cards close, so they don't have that option.
No, but the thing is,
because she trusted him.
I know I get that she trusted him, but at the same time, like I said, you got other supervisors that don't do jack, that sit there and talk. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, why do I gotta work? Why do I gotta bust my ass? Why are you sitting there doing dog shit?
Right.
And your job is a lot harder than mine, because if you gotta make sure that the counts are right, you gotta make sure that everything is up is right. And I'm going through the department, and it's shit because of it's not right, because of the counts are off, and I'm doing my best, but you can't find hey, I need this change, it's not here or something like that. But at the same time it's frustrating that like I said, you can't trust your own company again with this we're family
That's
bullshit.
horseshit.
That's bullshit. You just canned one of the best person that knew a lot of stuff that nobody else knows. Who is going to key a lock now? Only one that knew how to key a lock was that person.
Yeah,
so at the same time is how, what now?
Right.
What now?
Well, you know what? I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot, and they will realize.
What comes around goes around.
Okay, but there was one part I didn't tell you. So, and I don't want to put anybody on blast, and it's not even about a singular person. It's more of the act. So let's say that you have somebody in upper management, like the person we're talking about, who busted their ass. But then you have somebody who's on a level below them, and they go to management and they say, look, I have a job offer. Well, what if I give you this? Will you stay?
That's what I'm saying. That's what it should have been. It should have been. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good. Keep going.
I'm frustrated. All right. So what it should have been, if I was in that kind of shoe, if I was the boss of the store and I had one of my best workers come to me and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about leaving," I'll be like, "What can I do to get you to stay?"
Yes, and I don't even think they said one word.
They didn't.
They just let it go.
They, like I said, walk the person out like they stole over $2,000 worth of merchandise. Basically, that's
pretty much.
What it is it's a slap in the face. And I'm looking at it as the fact is that they're losing this. They're losing the respect for the associates.
Well, you can see that
this is going to come back on them when everything comes to light, and it's going to come to light.
Absolutely, but you can see that because so many people are trying to leave at this point. But we're going to try to rein it back in to be general for the listeners, but we are still using this as the example. So what we're saying is these jobs don't give a shit about you. All they care about is their bottom line, the money. If they can fire you and bring somebody in your position and pay them $3 less than they were paying you, then they're saving money. At the end of the day, they just trying to get their pockets fatter. So, I mean, when I heard this, my jaw dropped. And it's crazy that you can't. And I've heard different situations where people are trying to go for jobs. So people go for jobs and you have to use your current place of employment for a reference. So when they call this place of employment, what they do is they tear the employee down. I wouldn't hire him. Why would you hire him? So they do these types of things. They're trying to keep you under their thumb. So what was done today was a power move. To call somebody on their day off. They could have called her on the phone and said, you know what? We no longer need your services. They had her drive into work on her day off and embarrass her by walking her out like she stole something.
Like I said, I have no respect for these group of people. I do not have no more respect. Obviously,
how would you? But this is what I'm saying. How do they look themselves in the mirror?
And yeah, how they I agree with you.
Yeah.
How would they? I couldn't wake up and look myself in the mirror and say, "Hey, I just did that move to somebody." You just took food off the table for her kid.
Yeah.
For her kids, you took food off the table for her and her husband. You took food out of their mouth. Everybody got bills.
Yeah.
Oh, but if it was you, you're gonna want to scream and holler and everything else.
I understand.
You make almost $90,000 a year,
Yeah.
and you don't. In my book, you don't deserve half of that shit.
Okay, but the silver lining for her is she got another position at the competitor. So, and she's making more money. So that's kudos for her. But the whole point is the disrespect. The 15 years that she gave them is almost like we don't care.
It's like we don't care. So now you got a position that it's gonna they're in trouble. I'm being said they're in trouble because now you're gonna give that position to somebody that ain't worth tit on a hog's ass. That you know, it's you're gonna see a difference in revenue in that department.
So I'm gonna switch. We're still talking about the same subject, but we're gonna switch gears a little by saying this. I think that there comes a point when the employees have to recognize what's going on. So there's going to be two types of people. There's going to be people who look at this like, oh, I'm going to straighten up. I'm not going to do anything. They're going to be scared.
Yeah.
Because they saw what just happened. But then you have the other ones who are going to be like this, like you just said, fuck this company. They don't give a shit about me. Why the fuck am I going to go bend my back or break my back, bend over backwards for them when I just saw what they did to this person?
Exactly.
So as a listener, where do you lie?
Where?
I know where I'm going to lie, but I'm just saying as a person working for whatever company, where are you going to lie? But I was just talking to a supervisor in the store, and it's real crazy that it happened because I was just asking him questions about the job, and then, that happened later. But what I was telling him is you do have companies like Google, and you have companies like, I think Costco, who their focus is to make their employees happy. If you have happy employees, they're going to give 120%.
And they're going to make the company billions and billions of dollars. So what the hell happened in the formulation of this business? What the hell is happening?
I'm going to say this, Aaron.
It's everywhere.
Yes,
it's everywhere. This is all the stores. This is everywhere. This is just not this one.
That's what I'm saying. It's company as a whole. But you do
Starts
have
with the leadership all the way up at the top.
It does. But you do have one-off companies who they just really hone in on making sure their employees are happy. But at the end of the day,
I'll be honest with you, I ain't happy. Now I'm not happy.
Well, I'm saying if you work for a different company who really took pride in their employees,
oh damn, they
paid you well.
I would definitely
give you the
300%.
appreciation. Exactly.
I'm only giving 110% here because of why should I give them the extra 200? Why? What did they have shown me? They have shown me nothing. Or they have shown me that hey, they want to fuck people over when they feel like it.
Okay. We got to switch gears, man.
Yeah, we do.
That was pretty heated, but it had to be said. And it's unfortunate that it went down like that, but like you said, at the end of the day, it's going to come back on them.
It
because
will.
Even the good employees that might even be in favor, they have to still see that. Because you're friends with them now doesn't mean
horseshit. You can all be replaced.
Exactly. So you might be buddy with the store manager, supervisor, whatever.
I never kiss ass, and I'm never gonna kiss ass now.
Exactly. But I'm saying, even to the person who does do that, they have to realize that they are just expendable. So cooler heads prevail. Yeah. We're gonna switch gears.
I do got a topic in mind.
What's that?
We got, you know how people drive
Okay.
Now let's talk about shitty drivers.
Okay. So,
that's
so
the
you must have had experience.
Bad experience in the last couple of days.
Okay, what was this?
Over the week. So yeah, it doesn't take a cop to figure this out. I know the law is the law. They gotta see you on your phone, but you can tell when somebody's driving and they're on the phone. So I'm normally coming down Doval, and next thing you know, you just all you see is swerving on the side of the road, like swerving, like they can't stay in the middle of the lane. Come on now, that's probable cause. Come on now. They try to say, you gotta see somebody on the phone. The law's like you gotta follow somebody on the. How's that? Doesn't matter. You see them swerving. They could be drunk. They could be on drugs. They could be on something. You don't know that. So that should be possible cause to pull their ass over and see what the hell's going on. The thing is, people need to put the fucking phones down.
Okay.
And we can drive the vehicle, and the phone ain't everything, people. Okay,
right.
It's you shouldn't be driving. I'm gonna use an example. I'm thank God, I'm really appreciative of him. He saved my uncle one day.
Okay.
My uncle could be dead. What happened was he was gone. He was in his work service truck. He works for a big corporation. You can't reveal the name.
Okay.
And he was in the service truck, and he was driving down. All of a sudden, I hope I'm getting the story straight because it's been a while since it happened. But I'm gonna tell it the way that I feel that it's this is factual.
Okay.
But I just like I said, I don't remember all the details, but I remember most of them.
Okay.
So what happened was a woman's phone was ringing. She reaches back for it, hits this box truck. This box truck goes into another car. When my uncle's behind that box truck, he doesn't know how he got around it. He just pulled up, started shaking. Well, the woman that was reaching for a phone hit another car with a woman inside there. The woman was pronounced dead at the site. So, and she was not even texting the story that I know.
Yeah.
So now she could come up to her kids. So I'm trying to scare all you listeners out here to stop texting and driving. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm right now putting the finger out at myself as well because I find myself doing it sometimes. But I'm trying to stop. Everybody needs to stop and put the damn phone down. It's not that deep.
Oh, you know what? I don't text when I drive, but I know there's an option on your phone where you can get the text read to you and you can read the text.
Depending, but if you have an older model, like mine is a cheaper model.
Okay.
So that means I can't. That means no.
There's no apps for it?
No, because mine is such a cheap model. Now, if you would have called me, I can hit the phone button on my steering wheel with hands off. Where I'll just talk to you through the Bluetooth system, and I got a speaker up top of the thing where my voice would go into. So, if you don't have that, do not pick the phone up. I don't know how many times I saw a woman a couple of days ago behind me on her phone. I'm like, bitch, if you hit me, we're gonna have issues because you should not be on the fucking phone to begin with.
Right.
And that's another thing too. Since we're talking about drivers in general, texting, we'll bring up to another table. Drivers that like to ride that ass.
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand. That irks my soul. That just irks my soul. I need a stress ball right now.
I was gonna say, road rage is real, man. It is real,
dude.
real.
I gotta stop though.
But you know, there are people who just, I don't know if they even care because there's people when it's icy outside.
Killed.
Yeah, but it's like when it's snowing and it's icy outside, they want to do 10 miles over the speed limit. Like, bruh, everybody else is doing a good 10 under and being safe, but you want to weave in and out.
Yeah, like
and
tonight.
then you find them in a ditch. Once you catch up to them.
But they hurt somebody else. That's what happens. Then nothing happens to them. They always kill somebody else's kid. They kill somebody else's mom.
Yeah, I understand that. The innocent people who are trying to
do the
right
rules,
thing.
Or
and
like when I was coming here tonight. Coming here tonight. So it had it looked like a Nissan GTR. It was like a sports fancy car.
Okay.
And sitting there, since we have the race here in Dover today, it was a little backed up. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the left lane. He's in the middle lane. He's dicking out of traffic. And just dicking like, what the fudge?
Yeah.
What the fudge? Like, calm down. Like, where's the cop when you need it? But if I'm going 50 miles over the speed limit, next you know, and I'm pulled over. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
You got these bitches being negligent. I just did it one time to get pie somebody.
Right. It always kind of works out that way.
Dude, it's fucking horse shit.
Once you do something, then it seems like, it comes back on you. But I had something too to bring to the table.
Okay.
So the company that we work with, they're big in smart homes. So smart home, people who don't know what a smart home is, it's not a home that's smart. No.
No, this ain't Smart House, the movie from Disney back in 2000.
No, it's not that. It's getting these devices and bringing them into your house. So you have a lamp that you can turn on with your cell phone. Mm-hmm. You have the thermostat, which you can turn on with your cell phone.
The clapper.
Or you got Alexa. Or you got cameras. Or you got you can even unlock your door.
You can even say, hey Siri, if you have iPhones, and she'll be like, bing bleak.
Yeah, so the smart home and the apps, I'm going to touch on both of those. So I was watching this. It was the BBC. Mm-hmm. I forget what show it was, but they were in Canada. Canada's right around the corner.
Canada's
really,
such a good state. I mean, it's good country.
A lot of stuff.
I meant country, but they're a great country.
Right, and I love Canada too. But here's the weird thing, though. So people are getting these video cameras installed into their house.
Ooh.
So what these video cameras do is you can turn on your phone, so when you're at work, you can check and see what's going on in your house.
I like that. That's what you just brought up, Bling. Like, if you see that commercial where the burglar's trying to come in, he's like,
Okay, but I'm going to see how much you like it after I tell you this.
Okay, somebody's spying on you. That's what it sounds like. It's exactly. A spyware. Something catch on to it.
So this news company, what they did is they went on this website. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they found the website, but whatever the site is, it's a list of houses that you can spy on people. People are sleeping in bed. People are in their underwear.
They're hacking it, correct?
Well, no, this is the thing. So, yes, I'm going to get to the hacking. Okay. But initially, it's when you buy a camera, sometimes you have to put a password in for the camera. Just set it up, maybe a Wi-Fi password or whatever, so you're the one who has access to the camera, the only one. Some of these cameras, they don't require a password, or you're not prompted to do a password.
You should.
Exactly, but these people don't know. What they do is they take it right out of the box, they set it up, and they say, oh, it works, I see it on my phone. But what they don't know is that the entire internet can now see you. If they go to this website, they can see so what this woman did was she had her laptop with her. She had the news cameras. They rolled up to this person's house, knocked on the door. Hello, sir. Can you come out for a minute? I'm with channel whatever, 91, whatever. So he comes out and was like, how can I help you? Sir, what would you feel like if I told you that I could see what's in your house? It's like, what are you talking about? Don't you have a green couch? It's like, yeah. Let me show you something. Shows him the laptop, and all of his rooms are on the laptop. His backyard, his porch.
I know the part where they was calling him like.
Well, I mean, he didn't know. He was like, I don't condemn someone for not knowing.
No, but the thing is, you should. I get that he didn't know, but with all the technology nowadays, anybody can hack to anything that they want to. So when you hook something up, you should always try to put a password on it. Like, I have a password on my phone only.
Right.
It go by my face or by my fingertips. I know the password, even though it's only 4 digits. It's hard to guess.
Okay, so I don't want to lose my subject, but I want to touch on what you just said, though. If you're using your thumbprint to unlock your phone,
I don't, but go ahead.
But that's a function on the phone where you can
use
it.
Not on mine, but yeah, go ahead.
But on some phones,
on some iPhones,
I remember when it first came
out,
it was like the thumbprints and the facial recognition.
It was freaking. Face recognition was way later for iPhone users. It was for more probably both for Android before it came.
Okay, but Apple. In any event, it was a thing.
Yeah.
Let's say some outside organization wants to gather information. You're pretty much giving your information to them for free.
They don't have to work.
You're doing the work for them. I'm gonna put my fingerprint on there. You can scan it. Now you have my fingerprint, thumbprint, whatever. I'm going to use my face to scan in. Now you have my facial profile and my background, so you know, kind of my surroundings. But
no, what's going on with that is, I know we're staying on subject. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying is with that, I trust Apple just because they're more secure. I'm not saying that Android's not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that I know of Apple really taking the security to the next level. They're doing it. I trust them. If anything happens, yeah, I'm gonna say something. I'll be like, yo, what the H, man? If you remember that case with that iPhone with the FBI, I know something was wrongly done with an iPhone. This is like a couple years ago, 3-4 years ago, but the FBI asked for Apple to give them information, and they said no because they would lose the credibility with all the other consumers that was iPhone. They stood up for the consumer and say, no, when I give them what you ask, you're gonna have to probably from my hands in the court of law.
So I really don't want to get off subject, but I'm going to kind of, but I have to say this. So you do have places on the internet. So if you have an iPhone, maybe iPhone is very innocent. No, we personally, our devices aren't going to do that. But if you download an app, they have no control over it.
No, they don't.
But this is the thing. Some people, so they were talking about apps. I want to finish the home security, and then I'll talk about the apps.
That's my fault, guys.
No, it's all good. So the home security, just to make a long story short, they did this 3 other times. They went to 3 other people's houses and showed them. So this is the thing. This is what they did. So they said, okay, not to say that we did this. What we want you to do is they went to a couple's house. They took them to a hardware store. Pick out whatever you want. They went and picked out the Nest, the Ring Bling, all these different types. Was it the Wink? Like all these different devices. The Sludge, I think that was the lock. So they got the lighting system. They got the thermostat. They got the door locks. They got Alexa. They got all these different things. My house is safe. My house is safe. So what they did is they have 4 people in a van who actually do anti-theft for like Fortune 500 companies. So they're like genius hackers. They can hack the hackers. They pulled up. They weren't even in front of the people's house. Pulled up around the corner.
I like what this is going.
Pulled up around the corner. So at this point, the what would you call her? The TV representative or whatever you want to call her was in the house with the family, just talking. Next thing you know, you hear somebody through the monitor. Shelly, close the window. She's looking around like, what?
Like, what the heck?
Next thing you know, their lamp light just goes out and off, out and off. It's just going on and off. Then next thing you hear is Alexa, order a 50-inch 4K TV.
Oh, shit.
Okay. And then the final thing was their door lock unlocked.
And
they all 4 of them walked right into the house. And that proved that she was like, well, we bought top of the line stuff. That stuff can still be hacked.
Yeah, because you didn't obviously didn't use the password. They felt it was safe.
Or they can hack the password.
They can still they can figure it out if they're top hackers.
That's what I'm saying. These are top of the line hackers. So one crazy thing that they did show was, I guess a couple was using a baby monitor.
Yes, I know about this story.
Okay,
something like this.
Well, this was it was kind of just in the story, but they were showing a video clip on someone hacked the baby monitor, and while the baby was sleeping, they were like snarling like a demon or a devil over the baby monitor to scare the baby, waking it up and it's crying. So these people are they're trolling, or they can steal all your information. So this is why my phone's not next to me, but like, like on the front screen of your phone, you have that camera where you can do selfies. I put tape over top of mine. Do you have tape over yours?
No, like this one right here.
No, I'm talking about the selfie camera.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so what they do is like these apps. We were just talking about these apps. So with the free apps, I don't know if you've noticed, when you download a free app, it asks you a list of like terms and conditions or questions. Can we have access to your mic, or can we have access to your pictures, or XYZ? Some people say yes. They don't think anything of it. They're thinking, okay, maybe they just want to make a better experience. No, why does an app that wants to teach you how to cook baked duck need permission to see your photos?
They don't.
That's what I'm saying. But what they do is, and they say like some of these apps that you get, you forget all about them. And I'm blaming myself too. I have apps on my phone that I haven't used for probably a year and a half. And they have access to my microphone. They have access. Well, I deleted these, but at the point in time when I was ignorant and I didn't know, they have access to my microphone. They have access to my cameras. They got access to my pictures. But people don't know this. So after this, I'm really going to do a deep search through my phone, and that's what they say. Like, do a deep search on your phone, and any apps that you don't use,
get rid of them.
Delete them. But there's also an alternative. So something else I need to do is, most phones have app managers. So you go in your app manager, you go through these apps, and you can like turn off access to certain things. So people need to do this.
Yeah, they do. Like I said, in on an iPhone, you go into general, scroll down, you'll see the apps. You can go ahead and say, no, I don't want to have access to this. To you can tell the app, say, hey, no, don't worry about my camera or my mic. So when I go to sleep at night, you see how my phone is now. I know the audience can't see it, but this is what I do.
Yeah, turn it face down.
I turn it face down, so if they're going to hack they're going to see the freaking stand.
Yeah. But see, this begs the question, like some people say they'll be just having a conversation with a friend and then they go on their phone and they'll see like ads for stuff they were just talking about. That's happened to me before.
That's kind of fishy.
I watched a video. I was watching a video about Muslims, and then I go on Twitter and I'm getting like these pop-ups. Well, this was before I had this new phone, my old phone, about dating Muslim women. I was like, I just watched a Muslim video. I just watched one. So they're tracking what videos you're watching. They're tracking probably what you're saying when you think the phone is off. They're probably listening to us now.
I don't give a shit.
I mean, you don't, but this is how. So another thing before I end this, smart TVs. And this is the reason why I came up with this topic, is the smart TVs. So my smart TV just did an update, I want to say maybe 6 months ago, where when I turn my TV off, it's this ring. Doo-doo-ding. Or when I turn it on, it
kills.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before that, it wasn't doing that. So the TV updates itself. When I first got this TV, the volume was in like a circular shape. Now the volume is like in just a straight line. So it updates itself. If it wants a different interface, it's going to do all that stuff.
That's whoever company that owns the product does like software updates.
Yeah. So they can update or input anything they want on your TV. So people don't understand why TVs are so cheap nowadays. When I bought, this is a smart TV. I just saw a 50-inch RCA 4K smart TV for $250.
You can't beat that.
Brand new.
You can't beat that.
Why do you think it's that?
Because it's being hacked easier.
Okay, but not just that. What RCA and these different companies are doing is they're selling your information.
Wow.
So they're watching, what is he watching on Netflix? Okay, or he's on Hulu now, or he's on YouTube. And they gather all your information and they sell it, and that's how they get their money. So that's why they're going to sell you a TV for $250.
Because what they're doing is they're selling it to these companies like Netflix or Hulu. Say, hey, he likes this, send them that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're gathering information by the kind of like the bundle.
They're not supposed to do that. But there has to be some kind of loophole because you can't sue them because you have no evidence of that.
You don't.
You don't. It's just.
How do you know?
You're just assuming.
You're assuming. But this is what I've heard. And the same thing with like just to finish what I was saying about my TV. So I got this update. So when I turn it on, it gives this ring sound. And when I turn it off, it gives this, it gives a ring sound. So every day before I go to work, I'm eating my breakfast, I'm watching TV. When it's time to leave, I turn off, I hear the doo-doo-doo. By the time I get to the door, I hear it again. Doo-doo-doo. Like it's turning itself back on. So I saw something a while ago that says some of these
creepy as shit.
That some of these smart TVs have cameras. I'm gonna give you another head crack. Some of these smart TVs have cameras that you don't see, so they could be watching you while you sleep. You think the smart TV's off? Look at my smart TV right now. It's off.
It's off.
It's got a red light on there though.
Yeah.
And so somebody said, well, why can't you just unplug it? That's pretty smart. But what the smart TV does is it has a backup battery in it. So when the TV's plugged in, the battery's charging. So even if you were to unplug the TV, now it's on backup battery. So it's probably still.
Don't do that. I got a smart TV on my damn dresser. Stop that. Shit. Now you're gonna get me put something with that damn light or some shit. Like put like a box over top of that shit.
I mean, but it's real. So they have the microphones, they have the cameras in there. So that's another way that they can spot.
Why would they want to spy on you? Like, what's your life about? Like,
but see, this is
that spectacular.
So a lot of people, older people, have heard the term Big Brother.
Okay.
So you've heard this before?
Yeah, a little bit.
So Big Brother is just the government spying on you. Just to see if maybe you're living your life the way you're supposed to. Is he radical? Is he going to be a threat? Is he a political threat? It could be anything. Whatever it is, they just want to have dibs on what you're doing on your day-to-day life.
They damn, they got time for that shit.
I'm sure they do. They've got money.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be bored as fuck just watching. If I was into something like that, like for example, if I was a government, somebody like that watching that shit, I'd be like, this is boring.
Okay, but no, this is what they do, and it's the same thing on social media when you're on Twitter and stuff like that. It's keywords. They're only listening for keywords. So if you're just talking about LeBron James or whatever, they're probably not paying too much attention. But let you say one keyword.
Like something that you're gonna harm yourself or somebody else. Then
like treason. What if we just said treason and that's a key word. Now we have to listen to what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Or if you're on Twitter and you write treason, now we have to keep our antennas up. What is he talking about treason for?
Yeah.
So it's just stuff
like I'm
like
gonna
that.
go rob a bank.
Or anything. Yeah.
What is he? Okay. And then they'll my spider sense is tingling.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So people. Look, you can believe it if you want. I always say, do your research yourself. Don't believe anything I got to say.
I'm not saying that, but the thing is, you do have great points that to be honest with you, you spiritual TV did that. You're like, sis, I just walked over there.
I walked to the door and it turned itself.
Bling bling.
And it doesn't do it every day, but I would say like twice a week.
And you're like, sure, you'll go back turning it off.
No, because this is the thing. So I've done that too. When I hit the button, then it turns on, but it's already been on. Because there's some days, like I said, I'll turn it off, it'll go do-do-do-do, and then I don't hear anything. I'll stand by the door and wait to see if I hear it again. Okay, nothing, I leave. But then there's other days, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Oh, so you just turned yourself back on. So who's to say somebody could have control over it? You never know.
Obviously, somebody has control over it.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's some artificial intelligence.
Duh.
But that's not what I'm saying.
I get. The thing is, I feel like that's too coincidental. Like I'm just saying, for example, all this technology that all of a sudden we have has gone back from 2000 to 2000 and almost 20. So listen, though.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The government has regulation over everything that's made either in the U.S., which hardly anything is made here, but made out of the U.S. They have control and they have the regulations on how that stuff gets made. We don't think about that as consumers. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, this technology is so good. They're manufacturing stuff in there that I'm saying what you're saying is a good point. You got an argument.
I know what you're saying. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
You do got a good argument. What I'm saying is, it could be possible with everything that you're saying is because, like I said, we get hyped on, oh my God, the brand new thing is a brand new phone.
That's my point.
Yes.
That is no different than like people would say, like when movies come out, they hide messages in the movie. So you're so in awe over the movie that they could just slide their little agenda and their little messages in there. It's the same thing with, like you said, you get a new smartphone. Oh my God, this thing can do. But I can take selfies now, but okay, somebody else from the outside can have access to that camera too. So while you think you're taking a selfie, they're looking at you.
That's what I'm saying. Because listen, a lot of stuff is made outside of the country.
Yeah.
But the government still regulates it. That's what I was just saying. They still have control over
brands.
Like the brands, yes.
Okay, so there might be certain brands that have different regulations.
That too. And you don't know what happens in foreign countries when they put assembly it, they could put a bug in there, or
Okay, so there's two types of galaxies.
It is.
There's a Galaxy, so you have the Galaxy S's and all that. So we have this thing called purchasing power where you could get whatever you want. They have a large selection of things, but you have to pay through your paycheck. But sometimes they have these phones, I'll just say phones, that are not really off brands, but they're not mainstream. So there's a Galaxy my Galaxy is called an A6. I've never heard of that before I got it. I've heard of Galaxy S's and then the Notes and all this, but the A6. So doing research, it's coming from a different country. Somewhere like Spain or something, they're making this phone and just using the name, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, who's to say they might be doing different things that maybe China's not doing, or they're not doing what China's doing.
But the thing is, you don't know if our government's not checking these stuff, because normally you have to have U.S. stuff in some products for them to be in this country.
Okay, we've seen how the government operates.
Yeah, we have. But I'm just saying but who said that they don't check? Maybe they don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they want it in there. You don't know that. That's where I'm headed.
That's what I'm saying. They want it in there.
So they don't give a rat's ass.
They probably don't. No. They might say, okay, give us a device where we can access it remotely from wherever, and we can manipulate the phone, we can manipulate the smart TV, your laptop, whatever the case may be.
And of course, the company, like especially like how big Apple is, they Apple would definitely say yeah, because for one, Apple makes this country billions and billions of dollars because they're one of the top companies out there. So I wouldn't be, you got to listen to what the government tells you as a company, because they can shut you down just like that.
They can. Okay, so that leads me to something else, and you talk about shutting you down. I was watching a podcast, and something came to my attention that was very interesting. So apparently there's this thing called shadow banning. What shadow banning is, so let me put it into context first. So I always watch Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about when you're doing a podcast, TV show, whatever type of entertainment, if you have a lot of cussing in it, if you have a lot of
nudity, you could say that, nudity,
just like adult content, like strong content, a lot of advertisers won't touch it.
Of course not, because it goes back on them to say, hey, why are you going to advertise for this when you're supposed to be advertising for that?
Right. So there's people monitoring what you're doing. So what shadow banning is, if you're talking about taboo, and we could be shadow banned, because let's be honest, we've had some pretty real conversations on here.
You're right.
So understand what they do.
Us, yeah.
But understand what they do. They don't ban you.
No.
So banning is what? I'm on YouTube, I do something, YouTube doesn't like it, they take the video down. That's a straight out ban. They just take it down. But what shadow banning is you won't show up in the search engine, or you don't get a lot of likes, or you don't get a lot of views. So they're banning you, but you don't know it. You're thinking, oh man, I thought this video was great and I only have 4 views, which all the while you could have more than that. They're shadow, but they're regulating it.
Because you have so many content that they don't agree with.
The content that they don't agree with. So instead of taking it down, okay, we're going to let them think that they're, cool, but all the while they're kind of directing traffic other places, so they don't even get to your video. So what I saw, mostly this happens on Instagram. I don't know too much about Twitter, but I do know Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people think that the FBI do kind of control that. B, Facebook, I, Instagram, FBI.
I get it. That was supposed to be federal, Bureau of Investigation. That's what I thought that means, but it could stand for that too.
No, but that's what they were saying. They kind of did that to kind of go with the FBI. So you have FB, Facebook, and Instagram is the I. So the FBI actually owns it.
I never see since we've been doing this show, guys. We have some good conversations.
Yeah, we do.
This gets you thinking.
But that's what I'm saying. These are things that I've seen other people come. I can't take the credit for this.
Nope.
This is other people that I've seen
talking about
exactly, and it makes sense to me. It's like, wow, that really makes sense. But these things really have to be talked about, because you have 2 type of people. You have some people who hear the truth or hear something that might be a little cringeworthy and they'll turn it off, or I don't want to hear it. That's cool. You good.
That was good.
But me personally, I want to hear this stuff. Why wouldn't I want to know that the TV's watching me, or could be watching me? But I know my TV's watching me. They probably got a whole bunch of hours and hours of video of me scratching my ass, eating popcorn on the couch.
Maybe having some fun.
Whatever the case may be. I'm sure they have hours. They have got hours of footage.
They probably got me just sleeping in the bed, sleeping in my bed,
right?
Sitting watching TV.
Just that's what I'm saying. So even your phones, whatever the case may be. So me personally, I would love to know that type of stuff. But we're coming up on 43 minutes, and I did want to touch on one more thing, and it kind of goes back to what we started this episode with, and it's a little off though. You have bosses and you have leaders.
And then you have ass kissels, but
okay.
Yes, we can say that.
But we're just going to stay with the bosses and the leaders.
Yep.
So I'm going to ask you, what do you think the difference between a boss is and a leader?
All right. So a leader is always do the right thing, follows the book, by the book, and goes from there and works and do what they're supposed to do. A boss says, "Oh, I'm just gonna do what the hell I want." Yo, Jeremy, I need you to go do this for me. I need you to pull some pallets down. I need you to restack that. And I'm basically gonna go sit my ass in the office while you go do that.
That's damn near head on.
Thank you. I was close. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
close. But yes, a leader and a boss. So bosses do what you just said. So I'm gonna list some of the traits of a boss and then follow up with the leader, because that's what we should all strive to be.
So a leader, like I said, I can even say different about leader. What this person was
Okay.
she was a great leader.
Okay.
Never left you high and dry. So what the leader does is they will actually sit there and help you do that pallet and stack down and not go sit the ass in the office.
So bosses do what you just said. They point the fingers. They're going to be like, do this, do that, while they sit back and, pretend like they're doing paperwork.
Exactly. Then they're making six figures and you just making barely to scrape the bucket.
Okay. So bosses also place blame when things go wrong. So if I'm the boss of a team and we have this project and we're given, a day to do it and I don't finish it in a day, the boss is going to say, well, it was their fault. I told them to do it and they weren't listening. Them.
Not me. They should be. Remember, he's poking one finger at somebody else. You got three pointing back at you.
But the leader says us. Yep. It was our fault. I should have did
X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. So the boss also, he wants to make as much money as he can. And he'll step on whoever he has to get to that point. But a leader wants everyone to progress. If he moves up, he wants his team to get better with him.
Exactly.
So I think... But I mean, when I go into a situation, this is what I'm looking for in upper management now. So the red flags are going to show.
They're already there. It's already there.
I know, but this is what I'm just talking on.
It's
not
getting
just
so. I get you're talking in general. I'm saying,
yeah.
And what we do, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. It has to stop, but it's not going to.
Well, see, that's the thing. When you're in cahoots with so you have, let's say, a building, and you have someone who leads the building, but then you have somebody outside the building who is the head honcho. So if you can't get things resolved in the building, you would think if you go outside to the next level, but they're in cahoots yes, they like each other, so they're going to look out for each other. It doesn't. I've heard situations where there was these two black people sitting in a parking lot, and there was a Spanish woman who, I don't know what the black people did, but for some reason it prompted her to drive around and call them niggers on company property. So what they do is they go to management, and what does management do?
You're fired.
No.
Oh.
They should have. Nothing. Well, where's the evidence? Well, we can't do anything unless you have evidence. So, of course, the woman who allegedly called them that denied it. I didn't say that. They're making it up. So you mean to tell me two black people out of nowhere just made this up? But see, that's what I'm talking about. When you go to the next level. So they went to their supervisor first, didn't get resolved. So they went to the next level, didn't get resolved. They're in cahoots with each other.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why that's what I'm saying. You can't do nothing. You're stuck.
You know what? I don't want to have a defeated mindset and say there's no hope. Anything's possible. So even if you have to write down a list of events that went down to cover your own ass, have the dates, and maybe you talk to other people, so you have there's power in numbers. So if enough people come together and is like, this is not right, they can't turn a blind eye to that. Now, what if everybody at our job decided, you know what?
We're going to boycott. But then they could say, well, we can just all replace all y'all.
They could.
But they're not going to because...
Okay, so...
But you don't know that.
Okay, but in this situation, wasn't there one supervisor who a lot of people tried to do that? I don't know if you're aware of this, but apparently there is one supervisor who there was a group of people who were putting this petition together to get them out of that store because they felt they were unfair. They were at some points racist, and they showed favoritism, and they were just not good fit for the team. So they came up with a petition. Write it. Do you want them out? Yes. Write it. They sent it to HR. That person is still there. It's been a year and some change. I always say this. The people in higher positions are more likely to talk to other people in higher positions. We probably never see them. We might talk to them on the phone if we get a chance.
If we get lucky, but yeah.
But they see them, maybe in these big meetings, and their friends, they go out to lunch and
they probably play PlayStation
or whatever they do. They're might texting. They're probably calling each other. Like I said,
what's up, homie? You gonna get a drink tonight with me?
Yeah, they've probably been over each other's houses, seeing each other's family. So when things go down, they're going to look after each other,
and not you.
And not you.
You'll be left on the doorstep to rot.
But I'm an advocate of it is what it is.
You can't change it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But you have to have the mind. I'll say this. I would have the mind state of, if that's how they're going to play it, then we need to play it the same way. Then we got to look out for each other. If we're on the ground level and we are not getting answers, then we got to look out for each other. But see, that's not what happens in most cases. You know what happens in most cases?
The ground level likes to F each other over.
Why?
Why? Because they're trying to think that because if they can kiss some ass, suck some dick, they can go up the ladder. That's not what it's trying to say. Oh, you want to? Oh, I'll take the. Oh, yeah, I'll take the ass. And then all of a sudden, you're fired.
Yeah. But see, that's a great point. And I was just going to say that some people will sell out the people that's on the same level as them.
But then what goes around comes around.
But see, that's the thing. They want to go to that next level. So if I tell on Billy for taking his breaks too long, or if I tell on Sally because, she didn't finish this, then they're going to say, oh, well, you're one of us. You're telling. You know what I'm saying? Why else would you do it? Thinking you're doing the right thing so you can get promoted. But at the end of the day, what you just said.
You're just being a tattletale, basically, as well.
Yeah. And they're probably looking at you like, we're really not messing with you. But yeah, come on, keep telling us stuff. But at the end of the day, we have no ambition to hire you or put you in this position. Nope. They'll put their friend in a position. But you try to tell people this and they don't want to hear it. But like you said, they're going to find out the hard way.
It's just frustrating. It's upsetting that now. Honestly, I'm not trying to go back to the beginning, but just to refresh.
Okay.
This person helped me out a lot,
right,
in my new department, and now who am I going to fall back on when I need my lunch or I need something?
Well, they're going to do shuffling. But
I don't give a shit.
Okay,
this person
I understand
had my back. I had her back.
I understand that. But you also know there are other supervisors who have a target on their back, too.
Now.
Before that.
Yeah.
Before that.
But now, even so now.
Let me ask you this question. And we're going to wrap this up because we're coming up 52 minutes. But I think that's the difference between somebody like us and there's other people like us, and then the other side. If you knew that you busted your ass, you come to work, you do the best you can, you go above and beyond, and at the end of the day, you come to find out they're trying to take your position away from you so they can put their friend in your position, why would you be loyal to that company? So they're giving you, look, if opportunity arises, let's say this is just for the example, you're working at a hot dog stand.
Yeah.
You're the best hot dog seller. You're coming to work every day. You're putting on the hot dog costume. You're putting on the hot dog costume. You're making them a whole bunch of money.
Problems.
And all the while you're saying, it comes back to you, they're trying to get rid of you because the boss's daughter wants the job. There's a hamburger stand across the street that will pay you more. You've already proven yourself to the hot dog stand. You can sell hot dogs out your ass.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a hamburger, and you've heard this. You heard they're trying to get rid of you so they can put one of their friends or their family members in your position. There's a hamburger stand across the street. You don't want it. Why not? Because you're too scared. You don't think you can get it. But you're just proving yourself. And they've proven that they don't give a fuck about you, that they're going to put somebody else in your position anyway. But you're so loyal. It's just this ignorant loyalty.
So that's what I'm getting right here is this ignorant loyalty plus this look like this would just happened. And the situation that we're talking about, it's like it happened that somebody else that they're gonna throw in there, which will, like I said, once everything comes to light, if they already didn't do it, but they're probably gonna start here soon in that position.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it was already put upon my thing.
Well, it was one of the two.
I think this person knew that they saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah. But it was whatever was going to happen. So the person who just got let go, unfortunately, or this person who to this day still has that target on his back, the person that they want to put in that position, it's like, okay, whoever goes first, that's the position you're going to get into.
But the thing is, why did you let a hard working person that worked their ass off walk out the door and give this to somebody else that's going to sit there and do jack?
I mean, that's the point. I think I was listening to Earl Nightingale, and I think it was I forget which recording I heard from. No. I just want to finish this. I forget which recording I heard this from, but he said a lot of companies have more value in someone they like than someone who busts their ass and does a great job, because it makes them feel good. A person who comes to work, let's say a person comes to work every day and they just make you feel good. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? How's the family?
Aaron, but yes.
I'm sorry. Hey, Aaron, how's the family? How's everything going? And he's making you feel, you need anything? And that's the kiss in the butt, but it's making you feel like a boss now. Oh, this guy wants to go get me coffee. He's asking about my family every day. But then you have someone who doesn't kiss your ass. It might not, be the best employee, but he gives you 120%.
That's what should have. That doesn't make sense because of your ego so fucking high. You just want to, do that because you think you make a little six figures and you're sitting in your damn office in a nice goofy channel that you can treat somebody like shit.
Yeah.
Especially when they give 510% than more than you'll ever give.
Yeah.
Prime example. So that's what I'm saying is I get what you're saying right there. But the thing is, you let a hard worker walk out the door. Now a person like myself and yourself, what that means for us, we're hardworking people. Does that mean, are we next?
You know what? Speaking for myself, I look for other options. I've been with this company we're talking about for 10 years. I've got a total of $2 in raises within 10 years. If you've seen me work before, now imagine me working twice as hard as I'm working now. So when I first started out, I used to come in with my shirt tucked in. I bust my ass, I go above and beyond, and I would see people who wouldn't do shit get promotions. Or I'll give you even one worse. So we have this award system. So when a customer...
That's rigged and shit, but go ahead.
Okay, so you're making my point already.
Yep.
So it's called, what is it, the VOC?
I don't know what it's called.
A customer, if you give great customer service, the customer can write something out and they'll give you an award for it.
Yeah, I got 4 of them.
Okay.
I just got my 4th one, and I got one thing. I'm yet to see another thing.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up because we're coming on 57, but this is my very last point. So I was taken up to the front. Watch the customer fill it out. What's your name, sir? My name is... I'm not going to say my real name. This is my name. Wrote it out. Never got it. I asked the supervisor, I just watched them fill this out. Well, we never got anything. So at the end of the day, that's why I say you have to look out for yourself. Yourself, number one. If they're showing you their ass,
show them back. You can show it back.
Yes. If they show you your ass, there's going to be 2 people again. One's going to get on their knees and kiss it. That's not me. That's not you. The other one is going to walk out on their ass. That's the point.
That's bottom line. Hit the nail on the coffin. It is what it is.
That is what it is. But
now we're on an hour, so we gotta wrap this up.
We have to wrap it up. But this was a emotionally charged one,
really was.
Because this just happened today, and I know a lot of people out there have been through the same thing or have seen it themselves, where they give their all to this a company, whatever company you work for, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Dude,
so get on your grind.
And get on your grind.
Do your shit and make them regret that they ever take you for granted.
It's gonna come back. But anyways, guys, this was another great episode of Something Like a Podcast. I am Aaron Swam.
And I am the 1RM.
See you guys out. Peace.
All right.